What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, where we focus on helping Black women change their lives by discarding negative thoughts, pivoting in the right direction, and shifting their mindset through cultivating a trauma free lifestyle. I'm your host, Courtney Christten, educator, content creator, life coach, counselor, and mental health enthusiast living in Houston, Texas. I created the Allow Yourself Grace podcast because I wanted to create a space for Black women to share their thoughts, feelings, and stories that make them who they are without fear of judgment. Allow Yourself Grace provides emotional support and encouragement within the Grace Girls community for women in need of non biased opinions from women other than family and friends. Personal development, self care, career, faith are among many of the topics we will discuss on this platform. Allow Yourself Grace podcast is here to encourage Black women to live unapologetically and thrive in being authentically who they are and were designed to be, an entire vibe. No topics are off limits. We will cover it all. Now, grab a notebook, pen, sit back, and enjoy the show.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. Happy to have you guys back. You guys have really been rocking with your girls. So, welcome. If you're not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop an episode, which is every Wednesday at 12 p.m. So make sure that you guys are tuned in. And also, if you're not following me already, go over to TikTok and follow me at Allow Yourself Grace. Yes, I usually post on there daily. So if you want to kind of interact with me, also, to start letting me know if you guys would like for me to go live because I'm thinking about going live over there maybe like once a week, just to interact with you guys because I want to meet you guys. Thank y'all for commenting and interacting. I try to um, reply to everybody and comment and just engage with you guys. So I do appreciate that. So let's get into today's episode. Walking in it even when you're scared. That's today's topic. So, we've been talking about being the chosen one. We've been talking about being set apart, being separated, all the things. But I want to talk about, even though we've talked about all that, I want to talk about what to do when you're scared, how to walk in it even when you're scared. Because I've been seeing that a lot in the comments. I've been seeing that a lot over on TikTok. People have just been responding and saying, like, hey, but I'm scared. Like, I know I'm chosen. I know that I've been in a space of isolation. I know all the things. I know God's preparing me, but I'm still scared, Courtney. Like I still feel scared. And I want to talk about what you need to do when you feel scared, when you feel unsure, or maybe when you feel underqualified. Maybe you feel like you're unqualified. You don't feel like you have the right credentials to do the thing that God called you to do. I want to get into that. Today's quote for this episode is God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the call. God does not call the qualified, right? He qualifies the call. That means that when God calls you to do something, He's going to make sure that you are qualified throughout the process. He's going to make sure that you get qualified, right? So when we start something, we don't automatically have to feel like we have it all together. You don't have to have it all together. That's why you have him. He's going to help you get it all together. So, boldness does not always start with confidence, it starts with obedience. So, you don't have to be the most confident person. Yes, is it good to have? Yes, but the important part is that you're being obedient. You're being obedient to the call. You're answering the call. right? You're not ignoring the call. Our affirmation of the day for this episode is I may fear, but I choose faith. I show up scared, but I still show up. I may fear, I may feel fear, but I choose faith. I show up, but I still, I'm sorry, I got to read that again, y'all, because I definitely messed that up. I may feel fear, but I choose faith. I show up scared, but I still show up. So I talked about this too, like maybe a week ago. It's crazy how when I was planning my episodes and just asking God for guidance on what He wanted me to share with you guys, some of the stuff had been pre downloaded before, which means that He had already given me a snippet of what He wanted me to share. And I talked about showing up anyway at the beginning of April. Like, you're not going to feel like it every day, but show up anyway. Keep showing up. Keep having the faith to show up because God honors that. And there are times where we let our human side of things take over everything, and it starts to hinder you from growing because every day you wake up, you're not going to feel like it. I'm going to say that again. You're just not going to feel like it. Every day is not sunshine and rainbows, but it's only you that can change it. It's only you with the help of God that can make something different happen that can make your day look different. So you can sit around and you can complain about it, or you can take action and say, I'm going to show up for the people I'm called to serve. I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to show up for my family, and I'm going to show up for my friends. It doesn't matter who you show up for. What matters is that you show up, period. Period. All right. Let's talk about the feeling of fear when you know you're supposed to be doing something. Like, even though you feel fear, you know you're supposed to be doing something, but you like, but what if? But what if? But I have to do this, and but if I don't do it, who is? And I don't know, and I'm not sure. Um, but if I do that and it don't work out, and all these thoughts and all these things are in your head and coming out of your mouth. Am I right? Because I know I am. All these negative things, all this fear. And then on top of that, you're going around people who are speaking fear into your plans and speaking fear into your life. And they're projecting their fear on you. On top of you already feeling that as an individual. And that in itself is gonna hinder you from even showing up. Like, you're gonna go run and hide somewhere. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I'm just stay over here because if I take that chance, I don't really know what's on the other side. And those are real life thoughts that come into your head and out of your mouth. So I'm gonna share a story with you guys. When I was thinking about starting my podcast, I thought about all the things that I could do wrong and like who's really going to hear me. Like, sometimes I jumble up words like I've done on this episode because I get so excited. I'm not the best speaker, like all these things. I was just making up stuff at one point. All these thoughts and things went through my head. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know. And it has to be perfect. And, I've never done it before. And someone's going to think I'm trying to be like them. Like all the things that people think of, I thought of when I was starting this podcast. And I just had to say, you know what? I don't know why God is calling me to do this, but I got to go. I just got to do it. I got to do it scared. I was nervous, I was sweating. Go back to my episode 1. I think I was sick when I recorded, but I had made a promise to God and I made a promise to myself that I was gonna do it and I was gonna execute, and I showed up and the job got done. But was I scared? Heck yeah, I was scared. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. And I talked to God. I prayed about it. I brought it to my husband. He said, "You need to do it. I don't care. Y'all know he crazy." So he be like, "Yeah, do it." And he gonna hype me up every time. And I love him for that. But I'm like, man, I just feel scared. And even now, like sometimes when I'm speaking or just speaking in public and things like that, and it's crazy because I've spoke for years in front of crowds and children and this and that and adults, and now it's like, because it's for myself, and I'm like, "That is crazy," because you have all the freedom and you have the creativity to do everything you wanna do. Why not show up? Like, what are you thinking? Why are you scared? Because it's you're the only person that's gonna get mad, like, you're the only person that you can make mad. I mean, what other people say really doesn't matter. So, like, I literally had to pray. First of all, I had to pray and I had to say, "Look, God, this is what you calling me to do. Then you going to have to help me." And God said, "I got you. Got you. I've always had you. What you talking about? But you going to do what I said do. Period." And, the opportunity to speak is just it's been coming around more than ever, like being invited to speak, being asked to speak, being put on the spot. And so I find myself getting better at communicating. And so I've become really good at it because it's something that I wanted to do. Do I still mess up from time to time? Yes, y'all heard it during this episode. But the most important part is that I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it. And so I'm only going to get better. And I just believe that in my mind at all times. Like, if you mess up, keep going. If you fall down, keep going. If something doesn't work out, keep going. If you miss a week, keep going. And keep going, keep going, keep going. God's going to show his glory. He's going to show you why he calls you to do this. Is the process going to be long? Is it going to be strenuous? Is it going to be frustrating sometimes? Yes. Are things going to always be perfect? No. Give you an example. Last week, some of you guys messaged me. You literally messaged me and said, "Hey, I try to listen to the podcast, I can't hear it." That was my fault. That was my fault because guess what? I was rushing and I was like, I got to get this uploaded because I waited to the last minute, right? I learned my lesson because I'm like, dang, I did all this. I was lit, y'all. I was on TikTok. I was on Instagram, like, yes, Wednesdays, 12. Go listen to my episode. First of all, I hadn't even listened to it. That's my fault. That's my fault because I'm running around here talking about oh, I don't like to hear my voice. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. I don't like to hear my voice and didn't listen to my episode. And I normally do. Like, I normally will at least listen to the first like 15, 20 minutes just to make sure everything's good. And I will go back and listen to the full episode when it comes out while I'm working out. So, just so I can critique myself and just, think about the things I need to work on. But anyway, I uploaded this episode and y'all couldn't hear. And I literally went on there and saw people had went and downloaded the episode. I'm like, dang, they couldn't even hear. So I had to go back, edit the episode, put the correct. First of all, I had to tell my husband, like, hey, can you fix my audio because something's not right. It's not working. And he was like, oh, it's not. You ain't telling me. And I'm like, I know, because I ain't listened to it. And he was like, "You need to start listening to it." I said, "I know. I already beat myself up about it." But I say all that to say, like, just do it. Like, you're gonna mess up. Things are gonna happen. You're gonna drop the ball sometimes during the process, but it's all a learning process. And we have to make sure that we're not so caught up on what's not gonna go right that we don't do anything at all. And so that feeling of being scared, that feeling of being nervous, it's always going to be there. And sometimes you're the only person that knows it's there, because sometimes people can't even tell. They can't tell. Yeah, I get people all the time like, "Oh, I listened to your podcast. It was so great." And I go to the podcast and I'm like, "Man, I said this, I did this." And I'm missing the important part. The important part is that somebody listened to it and they got something out of it. That's what this is all about. It's not about me messing up. It's not about me jumbling up words sometimes. It's not about that. That just shows you guys that I'm human. But guess what? I keep showing up. So if you're listening and you're judging me because maybe I messed up a few words or maybe I said something incorrectly, then oh well. I'm just showing you that I'm human and I'm not perfect. Do I edit every little mistake out of my content? No, because I want you guys to know that it doesn't matter if having a podcast, for example, is something you want to do, just do it. You're going to ultimately get better over time because you keep doing it and you keep showing up. And as long as you keep showing up, God is going to always honor that. And He's going to make sure that you get the glory, right? As long as He gets the glory, you're going to get the glory, right? That's giving Him the glory is you doing it. That's how He gets His glory. And all of the monetizing, all of the views and all of the subscribers, all of that is going to come. Whether you got one person watching you or 20,000, 30,000, a million watching you, you're doing what God called you to do and you're getting to the people He wants you to get to. And that's how I look at it. Because having views and all of that is great. But if you're not doing what He told you to do, then it's really obsolete. So I want to let you know that having courage is not something that's loud. It's something that's consistent. It's not something that you're just talking about. It's something that you're consistently modeling and showing. So when you say I'm courageous, I should see that in how you're interacting and how you're showing up for you and how you're showing up for other people. And if you're doing it consistently, not just when it's convenient for you. Now, there's power in small. There's power in small and obedient steps. Sometimes we feel like we have to be loud and we have to be making huge moves in order for it to be meaningful. And honey, that's not always the case. You can do something small, but because you're being obedient, it's going to make more noise than something that you thought was like this big old thing. And somebody may be like, oh, okay, yeah, great. And if you do something small and you're like, "Oh, it's just a little bit. I mean, this is all I could do right now, but it's not much." And it can mean the world to someone. So, be careful how you use those terms because big and loud gestures aren't always as meaningful as something small, right? Because I can think about, for example, like a birthday gift. If I go and I get something personalized with your name and your birthday and maybe your favorite quote, you're going to love it. Most people, they're going to love it because I took the time to put something there that means something to you, that's personable. Can I go buy you some flowers and a balloon? Yeah. Can I go buy you lunch and have it delivered in an edible arrangement? Yes. Is that going to be a big gesture? Yeah, because people are looking, they're like, oh, yeah. But that's something that everybody has. But sometimes you're the only person with that name. You're the only person with that birthday. You're the only person with that favorite thing that's on there. And that's going to mean more to you than me buying you flowers and edible arrangements. So I like to do things like that. And I want you to know that being obedient is always, always better than you doing what you want. and when you want to do it. Because some of y'all be loud and wrong. Let's start there. Y'all be loud and wrong. But that's a conversation for another day. All right. This episode's scripture is coming from 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the power of love and of sound mind. He did not give us fear. That's something that we develop on our own. He gave us power, and that power lies here. It is so important for you to know just how powerful your mind is. That's why it's so important for you to care about what you read, care about what you intake. Some of y'all watch way too much TV, like way too much, because you start to pick up things that are on TV. You start to pick up things that are in music. All these things play a role in who you are, whether you want to believe it or not. It plays a role. And so you have to be careful who you talk to, what you intake, because your mind is so powerful. It is so powerful. And we just have to protect it, and we have to learn how to guard it a little more. Showing up for yourself can help you build strength. It can help you build courage. It can help you start to develop a powerful mind, and you start to really, really start to execute mind over matter, because making sure that your mind is fed is key. Making sure that your brain is fed is key. Like, all these things go hand in hand with you becoming the person you're supposed to be. Being scared is totally normal. It's something that's normal. I don't want to make you feel down about it, but I also don't want you to use being scared as an excuse, because when we're scared, we tend to come up with a million excuses on why we can't do something, all because we're scared. And when you learn how to do it anyway, when you learn how to continue to show up and just take chances, things really start to happen for you. So maybe sometimes you need to move out of your hometown. You might need a fresh start. So if you're like, man, I got to get out of this place. A lot of us are from small towns. We're from places where there's not really much going on, and you feel like I need to get out of here and get a fresh start. I want you to start preparing to do that. Prepare to do that thing that you really, really want to do, but you have a lot of what ifs. Prepare to do that thing. That thing that you're questioning. Do that. That thing that people are trying to talk you out of. Do that. Whatever it is that you're scared to do, and you're letting people speak fear into, and you're also seeking validation from other people about, do that. Do that thing. That's the thing that you need to do, because that's the only way you're going to start showing up for you. When you do the thing that you're scared to do, that is the only way. There's no other way. Do the thing that you're scared to do. Start preparing to do it now. You don't have to be fearless to be faithful. You're still going to have that fear, but be faithful and obedient to the word that God gave you, to the vision that He gave you, to the call that He has put on your life. Be obedient to that thing, and then everything will start to align. Because when you don't do it, it just shows God that you don't trust Him. You don't trust Him to have your back. You're just showing Him that, I mean, I know you wanted me to do that, but I mean, I'm too scared. That's all. You're just telling Him that, hey, I'm a wimp. I can't do it. Right? Right? Oh, you don't want to be called that. But that's kind of what it is. It's like we gotta woman up, we gotta man up and say, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know what's on the other side, but God, I trust you that if I fall, you gonna catch me, and I'm just about to jump. Gotta Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and just do that thing. Now, A couple things that keep us from really, really doing the thing that we don't want to do. The number one thing that I see is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real. You haven't done it because you're too busy trying to look over here and do it like this person, and look it over here and say, well, this person, have you seen this person? Because this is what I want to do it like. Y'all, I don't know why, but that is the most irritating thing for me, because do it how you do it. My podcast is not like everybody else's. I don't care if so and so's doing it that way. I don't care. And it's the audacity of people to say, oh, have you seen so and so's? You should do it. No, I do it my way, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. And that's it, period. I don't give up what somebody else is doing. And that is the mindset that you have to develop. Like, yeah, there's people that I love. I listen to podcasts all the time myself. I love listening to their content. But at the end of the day, I have to show up as Courtney, and I have to show up as my best self over here on my platform. That's it. I'm going to reach the people I need to reach, and they're going to reach the people they need to reach. But I can't worry about what they doing, and I'm trying to do what I'm doing. So that's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop worrying about what somebody else is doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it, and focus on what we got going on. Period. Period. I can't show up for myself if I'm always over here. All day I'm scrolling. All day I'm looking at somebody else. All day I'm listening to somebody else. It's like, I gotta go do the thing that I want to do. I'll check on you later. I gotta go. So you have to stop being so immersed in other people and focus on you. Focus on creating the life that you want, creating the life that you desire, that you deserve as a person. You got to focus on that and not worry about what somebody else is doing and how they doing it and why they doing it. That's not your business. That's not your concern. Their calling is their calling. You have to walk into yours. You don't have to be fearless. You gotta be faithful. Write that one down. Write that down. I've been saying that. I'm gonna say it again because that's the gem I want y'all to get. You don't gotta be fearless. You gotta be faithful to the call. All right, let's get into our journaling prompts. Okay, last episode I had y'all write a prompt down. Hopefully y'all have started writing the letter to yourself. I hope so. This episode, the prompt is, what's one thing I've been scared to do, but I know I've been called to do? I'm going to challenge you to write this down and take one small action towards that thing this week. This week, not next week, this week. Because a lot of y'all like to say you're going to do something. You be like, oh, we up in we in a whole nother month, and you talking about 3 months later. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it in da 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 da, and it's like 4 or 5 months later. Why you can't just do it? Do something towards it now. Something like, why you wait so long? I be confused. Can y'all let me know, like, what's taking you so long to get started? Cause that's the most mind-boggling thing for me. It's kind of like, why you wait so long to do the thing that you want to do, y'all? Tomorrow's not promised. Get it done. Leave a legacy. Like, leave it. Like, you don't have time to be wasting. Because some of y'all spend time doing everything else. But the thing you want to do, that you say you want to do, the thing you've been called to do, and the vision God gave you, but you not executing the thing because you talking about some next month, this week, that week, maybe in April, in May, in June, in October, in December. Like, do you hear yourself? Cause I be like, why we waiting? We gotta go. So I need you to get in go mode. That's number one. So as you're writing down this thing, go ahead and write that action that you're gonna take towards that thing. Okay? Here's 4 practical steps. I like to call these grace steps because we all about grace over here. Say yes. Yes in all caps. Even when you're scared, say yes. Practice daily declarations. Maybe you can order you some affirmation cards. Practice them daily. I'm coming out with some affirmation cards, and so they're going to be available. I'm working on them now, and yes, I've already taken action. Okay, I'm working on it. All right. Surround yourself with supportive voices. Is this on? Supportive voices. Okay. People that are going to encourage you, people that are going to help you find resources, people that are going to pour into you. Surround yourselves with those people. Number 4, reflect on your past wins and God's faithfulness. If he did not fail you back then, he definitely not going to fail you now. So if he was with you when you won a few months ago, a few weeks ago, he's definitely going to be with you in this winning season. Okay? God is faithful. Trust that, believe that, reflect on those wins and those times that God came through when nobody else came through. Keep those at the forefront of your mind. And I want you to know, lastly, that fear might show up, but it doesn't get to lead. It's going to show up, but it's up to you to make sure that it doesn't take the lead. Because let me tell you one thing about the devil. And I equate fear with the devil. One thing about the devil, he gonna show up. He gonna show up. I ain't gonna never tell you that. Cause that little thing, he gonna show up. But at the end of the day, it's your authority that you're giving to him. So if you let the devil ride, he might want to drive. Y'all heard that? He ain't driving my car. Okay? He can't drive my car. You gonna give him the keys? Cause he not getting my keys. Okay? He will show up. But are you gonna let it lead? That fear is gonna show up. Are you gonna let it take control? Or are you gonna do something about it? All right. Let me get back. Let me calm down, guys. Because I get so excited about encouraging you guys and just speaking life into you guys. And it just means so much to me to really, really see you guys win and see you change your mindset and become empowered and just become authoritative and just begin to walk into your calling and just live a life of joy, live a life of strength, live a life of peace. Like, I want that for you guys. And I am just rooting for you guys. And I'm constantly praying that whoever is watching and listening to this podcast, that you are covered and that you get something that you can use to apply in your daily life. And that you are covered, that your mind is covered, that your heart is covered, and that you are walking into everything that God wants you to have. And I believe that for you, and I want you to believe that for yourself. Keep trusting Him. Keep giving yourself grace. Okay? There's days that you're not going to get it right. There's days that you may not even get out of bed. But tomorrow, if you didn't get out of bed today, tomorrow I want you to get up. I want you to dress up. I want you to show up. And I want you to continue to walk in your calling. And I want you to continue to call on the name of the Lord when you need help, when you feel like you don't have strength, when you feel like you need Him. Call on Him. He's there. He's there. I love you guys. I thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I drop an episode. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Guys, I'm almost at 2K on YouTube. And so share with a friend, invite somebody over. Leave me a review as well. If there's topics that you would like me to talk about, comment down below. Let me know those topics. You can also message me. You can text me if you're listening. There's a in the description on the podcast platforms, there's a way to text me and send me a message if there's something you want me to pray for you about. Send me a message. You don't have to send your name, and we're going to lift it up in prayer. And guys, I don't know where God is taking this platform, but I literally just show up and let him speak through me. And sometimes the episode goes as planned, sometimes it doesn't. Only thing I care about is you getting something. Hopefully, you got something that can help you. I love you guys. I'm only trying to get better. And so continue to keep me in your prayers as well. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Mwah. Peace.
Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.